not every lifeguard enjoys a storm.
Everyone knows that Jules has a phobia of storms.
No, I don't like storms. They're not my favourite thing at all. I respect them, but I don't like them. I'm not comfortable in storms.
But this storm has another surprise in store. One that's got everyone ducking for cover.
Some of the hailstones were honestly like the size of golf balls.
They're full on. Mate, how gnarly.
I hadn't seen hail that big for many years, and we were all pretty amazed by it.
You're getting bigger. Blue line's over there. Look at water.
Of course, I was a bit concerned about the surfers in the water just because of the size of the hailstones, you know.
Look at all the surfers with their boards on it.
It's the biggest hailstorm to hit Sydney in 20 years, and some locals don't want to miss the occasion.
Here we are! We're stuck in the surf!
Oh, I've pretty much come down here every day for the last 53 years. That's quite unusual, yeah. We, get a little bit of hail, but not like that normally.
It's hailing! Yeah, you don't want to get them on your head.
One of the great things at Bondi, it's normally a beautiful, lovely beach, but when it's bad, it's bad.
The perfect day at the beach is turning pear-shaped. Thousands of beachgoers are suddenly desperate to get off the sand and under cover. One unlikely beachgoer has had a much tougher ride.
Out the sewage drain at Flat Rock.
Yeah.
He was getting soaked out there, and we saw it, and we just picked it up.
Just keep him up there and keep him closer so he stays nice and warm.
During the downpour, the stormwater drain at North Bondi delivered this half-drowned feline into the sea. The moggy owes its life to 14-year-old local hero Alex.
Righto, so we've got the Ranger or...
Yeah, call the Ranger.
Okay. Well done, lads. Done really well.
Good on you.
Modgy's been through a bit of an ordeal.
Yeah.
Got yourself a new best mate.
He was very happy to see you, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, take a seat. Well done. And that cat is absolutely loving him. It's just like got the little hug on.
That's how scared it must
I know.
Look how loved it is to leave a collar on it. Someone's cat.
Diamond-studded collar.
They'll be happy to see.
That's a Bondi cat.
Local rangers arrive to take the moggy to the vet for a checkup while they try to locate its owner.
You're soaked.
Years earlier, during a storm at Bondi, a man was struck by lightning directly in front of the lifeguard tower.
I've gone up to the viewing platform and saw this guy just laid out. And so we basically went into our CPR mode. It's made me more responsible around storms.
It's terrifying, the lightning, and I've experienced it firsthand. I brought an Irish doctor back to life.
To learn more about the danger lightning poses to beachgoers, Lifeguards have invited meteorologist Tom Hoff to Bondi.
Is the beach one of the most dangerous places to be when a storm comes through?
It's worse to be in the water because there's a lot less that you can do when you're in the water. When lightning strikes hit water, they kind of spread horizontally across the surface. There's no set distance that we know of for how far away from the point of contact you need to be before you're safe. With this one being on the beach, again, quite possible here at Bondi. The best place for you to be then would be either in a building or in your car, not touching any of the metal surfaces in the car. Just sit in your car until the storm passes.
Lifeguards must be prepared in case another beachgoer is struck by lightning.
The Irish doctor that Chapel and I resuscitated, he came back to the tower before he went home to Ireland with his girlfriend, and he was still in a wheelchair months later. And he basically said all his systems got short-circuited.
Yeah. Like, I think it's only a matter of time down here before someone else gets struck.
A stormy summer is not what Bondi's lifeguards ordered.
It is cold and it's really weird. There's hardly anyone around, and this is the time for everyone to be celebrating their holidays and sunbaking, but there's no one here.
Obviously, the hot days bring the people with the workload, and then the wet days, less people, less workload, but it doesn't mean we can put our feet up and relax. It still brings plenty of challenges, that bad weather.
At the north end, a bunch of kayakers have reported one of their companions missing.
North to Central. We've got two paddlers that have come from Malabar. They're going to meet at Ben Buckler on the way to Camp Cove. They left before one of the guys. They've been here for about half an hour and he hasn't shown up.
You got a life jacket today?
Yellow hat and an orange vest and life jacket.
Yeah, so there's two concerns at this stage. One, either the patient has fallen off his ski and he's swimming around in the treacherous conditions. The other situation would be that he's overshot Bondi and he's turned around and he's paddling into it. You know, there's a really strong southerly wind and southerly swell, and to fight against that would be an absolute nightmare.
The kayakers started their journey 10 kilometres south of Bondi and haven't seen their friend for close to 45 minutes.
Yeah, copy, mate. We're having a good scan now.
Harry's instructs the team to send an emergency message to all lifeguards along the coastline.
Utilise all your resources. Contact Tamarama, Bronte, obviously tell them on the radio you want to contact Coogee Lifeguards. Ask them if they can see a ski. What we're trying to do is put all controls in place.
Kayaks and skis are easily capsized in these conditions.
The best, the most defensible measure right now for us is ice. All right, we've got assets everywhere along the coastline. A big ocean journey heading from Malabar all the way down to Bondi. You become quite vulnerable out in the open ocean.
Just as the ski is being prepared for launch, a call on the police radio.
We've got reports of a kayaker in distress 200 metres offshore Ben Buckler.
The conditions were quite rough and treacherous. People get quite fatigued out in the open ocean.
Police confirm a sighting near cliffs at North Bondi.
So we're getting reports that he's 200 off Ben Buckler.
When you can see something?
Yeah, there's reports that he's out there. Yeah, sweet. We're about to launch a ski from here and start conducting a search.
When you're going out for a search and rescue, there's so many things that are going through your mind. You're thinking about the worst case scenario. I was potentially thinking that we'd be looking for someone floating out in the ocean. Then it is a massive threat to any ocean paddler being out in a storm cell to get hit by lightning. You just don't want to be there.
Just heading down about 200 metres north of Ben Buckler.
Soon after passing Ben Buckler Headland, Harry's makes a sighting.
Yeah, we got him. It's about 200 metres around to the north. We're trying Ben Buckler. Yeah, copy that.
The kayaker overshot Bondi. Now, to get back, he has to paddle against the powerful southerly wind.
I decided to chaperone him in because I know after all these years, things go wrong. And I knew as soon as we got to the wave zone, with a large ski, that ocean ski is just going to get destroyed. Oh, yeah, he's off. Jump on the sled. When you're out in open water, big swells coming through, Mother Nature owns you.
Fortunately, the situation isn't far worse. No matter what the weather, Bondi's lifeguards must remain vigilant.
Even when the storms do come in, you can't completely let your guard down because not everyone leaves the water.
The lifeguards are low. There's been an earthquake in Chile and there's been a heavy tsunami warning. It's one of those things that if we say it's nothing's going to happen, if something does happen, then we're in all kinds of strife.
On such a benign morning, a natural disaster seems implausible, but lifeguards are reminded of a fateful day 72 years ago. On Black Sunday in 1938, hundreds of swimmers were swept out in a massive surge. 35 people were resuscitated. 5 died. The giant waves on that day were also experienced up and down the coast. Scientists have since speculated Bondi's worst disaster may have been caused by a tsunami.
Not sure if you're aware, but we have been issued with a tsunami warning. So the flags are coming down. If you could please leave the water, find a safer place.
It's now just after 8 a.m. The tsunami is expected at 8:30.
Is there seriously going to be a tsunami or not?
Mate, I don't know, but we just have to act with it as well, so. A possible tsunami? Yeah. A pretty serious earthquake over near Chile somewhere.
Chile and...
Yeah, it's a long way away, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They all turned around when they heard what I was saying, so they're probably just having their last swim before Armageddon comes, I think.
Conditions on Bondi could barely appear safer, yet the beach is officially closed.
My Achilles are stuck. I reckon Boxers is worse, so I reckon if I'm not going to survive and it gets me, I know he's already gone.
News crews gather to cover what could be an impending natural disaster. Then, new information comes to hand.
Kobe said it's hit New Zealand. It's on the news now. Yeah. So they reckon we'll definitely see something. Yeah.
It's hit New Zealand, so and we'll probably be able to see something.
A revised warning predicts the tsunami will now arrive at 1 p.m. It could be just a minor surge, or something far more dangerous. But lifeguards have no power to prevent swimmers from going into the water.
People are just jumping in now, and makes it difficult for us if something does happen to get people to believe us that it is going to happen and get them back out of the water.
The media is in a frenzy.
What's happening? Something happens, they're going to crucify us. Every beach will be having the same problem. We've done the warning and just say, can't physically remove it.
By mid-morning, nothing has happened. The crowd, even lifeguards, are beginning to relax.
We don't actually know what's going to happen in the ocean. The ocean could recede. We could get large waves.
It's almost 1 p.m. If something does happen, it's not far away.
Tsunami, 24 minutes, leave the beach, please. Higher ground.
I think the tsunami will not come here.
Please retreat to higher ground.
No, I go in the water and swim. I'm not afraid.
21 minutes, the tsunami's coming in.
The waves that hit New Zealand were barely noticeable. Now, everyone becomes increasingly blasé.
I think we'll start at the beach.
Yeah.
Find higher ground. Yeah, higher ground. Katoomba is the highest spot, but it'd take too long to get there. You're looking at probably an hour 40 to get there on a Sunday.
1 o'clock comes, and still nothing happens.
People aren't taking it serious at all. And that would be along the whole east coast of Australia. We have to do everything in the best interest of the public to keep them safe. So you're telling them to move to higher ground, well, they're happy down here at Bondi.
Once again, the tsunami fails to follow schedule. Finally, at 5:30 p.m, head lifeguard Hoppo receives breaking news.
The main tsunami waves have now passed all Australian locations. Tsunami warnings of New South Wales are therefore cancelled. We've gone and put the red and yellow flags back up, and Bondi is now back to normal.
Animals that are brought to the beach that are the biggest problem. They're welcome on the promenade, but pets are banned from the sand. Harry's and Skeeny spot an illegal trespasser.
I see this horse-like creature. It was a dog. It was like a Great Dane, just come running by me and start bowling kids over, and I'm like, oh my God. And a few seconds later, I see the owner chasing the dog.
Hey, yeah! Come back, you man! I got it. Get in here, bring him in here. Come on. Come down here. Thank you so much.
As soon as I got in the vehicle, and he just jams himself under my legs.
God, yeah. My legs are jammed up. What are you doing? Come here.
Skeeny has to get out of the buggy and come around to my side, the driver's side, and grab the dog.
I've got him. I'll walk you back around and sit him on that side. I've got him. Let go of him. I'll walk you back now. Come on. And then sit up.
We both had to wrangle the dog to get it back in the vehicle. The poor owner's just watching the whole time.
Right, sit.
He jumped, I was literally driving, looking for a parking spot. He jumped down the back window. Left my car over there and sprinted.
I really think that for every occasion, you do need a song. And there's no better song than
How much is that dog in the window?
So much trouble.
He was going mad down the flag. He's so beautiful.
So much trouble. If I get a parking ticket?
No, he'll be right.
You know, when you have a Great Dane / horse, you know, you need different defensible measures than walking a Chihuahua along the promenade or up in the car park. So, you know, maybe having a couple of ropes on that dog or a lasso or something ready to go before it hops out of the car next time.
Maxie and trainee Anthony Glick are following a school of salmon 250 metres offshore.
There's been a few shark sightings in the area recently, so they're just launched a jet ski as a precautionary measure, just to have a quick patrol, see if they can see anything fishy, and report back soon.
It actually looks very sharky out there right now. Overcast day, murky water.
Load of fish, mate.
I remember saying, mate, let's wrap it up. We've been out for about an hour. As I look out to sea, I saw a couple of birds lift, and I just saw this fin just cruising through the water.
Oh my God! Oh, Maxie, no! Maxie, no!
Yeah, he's a little scared. You know, Click was telling me to slow down, stop doing quick movements.
Maxie must confirm if the fin is a shark or just a dolphin.
That's 100%. 100% a shark. Maxie said he definitely seen it, and look, there's nothing else we can do but...
There's a shark, go in! Gonna have to close the beach, confirm shark sighting from the boys out there on the jet ski.
The alarm went off and we had to just get the first wave in. It's pretty scary.
Look at that spear fisherman out there. He's shark bait. Yeah, Maxie, it's most probably in line with second ramp, about 200 out.
There's a shark, buddy.
Yeah, I would get in if I were you, buddy.
You know, as soon as the beach was clear, I went back out to where we last saw it and tried to see it, but there was no success.
On the water, lifeguards want to reopen the beach to swimmers, but can't be sure there isn't still a shark in the bay. They call for assistance.
We only usually call Lifesaver 1 if something really big happens, where, you know, we need the bird's eye view. They were very, very low, and I was like, they're onto something here.
We have sighted a shark. It's probably no bigger than a metre.
I don't know if Maxie's seen a different shark, but yeah, Lifesaver 1 said that they seen a 1 metre shark.
You know, it's definitely the shark that we saw was bigger than 1 metre.
There's not much more we can do for you guys today. We'll be heading back to the Lifesaver base. Thanks for your call.
Lifesaver 1 heads back to base, but Bondi's lifeguards patrol for another hour to make sure no sharks, big or small, remain in the bay.
The beach is open, guys.
A highly venomous sea snake is visiting Bondi. Swimming between the flags is no longer safe.
Bacon's a peg who was put
Bacon grills.
Wait, buddy, there's a snake right there. A sea snake.
Mate, I am that scared of snakes. I'm so glad I'm not down there.
I'm with you with that one, Cabo. I'm so scared of it as well. I hope it doesn't come ashore. I've never seen a snake on Bondi Beach before. I heard there have been snakes, but I've never seen one in the water.
I thought it was a bit of seaweed at first, but yeah, it turns out it was a snake. Thought it was dead, and then its head popped up. It's kind of a little bit freaky, but it's Bondi.
The tropical snake may have drifted from northern Australia in a warm current. Shedding its skin and clearly tired, it is still a danger to swimmers.
According to Emma Summit 2, there's no antidote to a sea snake, and you will die with under 10 minutes of the bite.
I was under the impression that sea snakes were extremely venomous, but due to their small fangs, they were unlikely to pierce the skin.
Brave or foolhardy, Bacon decides the snake has to go.
Looks off his head, mate. He's so close to it. Mental.
It's the first rescue of its kind for the boys in blue.
He's so tired. They battled the surf for like 10 minutes just getting smashed. It's obviously been sick or something, so it needs to get looked after.
All right, Jake, why don't you put it on that side?
Mate, I don't want to get anywhere near its head.
Put it down and I'll flick it in with the... Just put it on the ground, yeah.
No, can you hold that in?
No, I'm not holding that in.
The sea snake is on its way to Taronga Park Zoo.
I hate snakes, I can't even...
After convalescing, it will be released back into the wild.
That snake was pretty sick, you know, and it needed help, so I wasn't too worried about it biting me. Obviously, I was a bit scared, hesitant, because they are a really deadly snake, and I knew that before I went out there.
A little sea creature with all these little spikes that come off it, and they kind of hide in the rock crevices.
I stood on a sea urchin.
Oh, yeah. All right, you're a special one. Come through. This seat's for you.
Yeah, very nasty.
I couldn't believe how many sea urchins were in his foot. That's the worst I've seen.
I went to jump off the jump rock, and I came back, and then a wave came and swooped me over and tried to stand up, and I fell through a hole.
And now all you got to do is be strong for the next 40.
Terrible. Worse than a blue bottle.
Sea urchin spikes carry toxin and are extremely brittle. Like needles of fine porcelain, they easily break, usually once they've penetrated the skin.
What's your name, buddy?
Cameron.
Cameron, I'm Harrison. I'm your surgeon for today.
Jesse and Harrison start the delicate operation, removing the spines one at a time.
Oh, that one.
These are real tricky because they're so small, and poor Cameron here, once he steps in them, they just snap off. It's just, yeah, tweezers your only hope. Otherwise, you might have to go to the medical centre and just try and get them out.
The little warrior took it on, mate. He was like a little soldier. He didn't complain once about pain, and mate, at one stage I was digging into his foot.
Oh, look at that one today, huh?
That one, mate, that was the biggest one in there. You right?
I feel so sorry doing that to Cameron because he was in a lot of pain, but we just had to get them out as best, as quick as we can.
I'm pretty positive I've got all of them out.
Jesse and Harrison have taken 45 minutes to remove all the spines from Cameron's foot.
Good work, mate. You're an absolute legend.
It's like nothing else you've ever felt before, like miniature knives just going into your foot, and then when they're pulling them out, just like someone's just pushing them in even deeper.
Bondi Central to North Tower. Guys, just put your binos out here, flat rock. Divers had to climb up the rocks to get away from the seal.
Oh, no way.
This man has been spearfishing behind the point at North Bondi.
He just wants to go home, the poor bloke.
His catch has been pilfered by a cheeky seal.
I was a little bit worried at the start, but when I was looking through the binoculars, you could see he was safe because he got up onto the rock.
Look at him, he's just standing on that one rock.
He's looking at his floaty. His floaty's just off to the right.
The catch of fish is attached to a line on the man's spear gun, which has also been procured by the seal.
It's a full-on scene out there. The seal's like, nah, mate.
Fortunately, the volunteer lifesaver jet ski happens to be nearby.
Bondi Lifeguards to the support ski. There's a diver on the rocks who's just had a run with a seal.
Oh, like the clubbies en route.
I think the divers told him to go out and get his stuff.
He's probably got fish on it, that's why he wants it back.
He's got the spear gun.
Oh. But he's not going to be able to get that close to the rock.
The jet ski keeps its distance from the rocks, but that poses a problem for the spear fisherman.
Look, he doesn't want to get off the rock.
Get in the water. Get in the water.
He's that scared.
He won't even take the 3 metres to the jet.
The seal will chase him up the rocks. I'd be scared too.
Go, mate.
Get in there.
Do it.
Marooned on a rock, there's only one way back to safety.
Everyone's running out to the boat ramp to have a look. Get in there, mate. Oh, yeah.
Don't come back.
29-year-old Mesalame is originally from Fiji. It's only the second time he's been spearfishing.
I thought it was a suck, but when I come, when it pop up, then I saw the seal. Then I tried to, then I was going shoo.
He was a lovely bloke. Never seen a seal before in his life. I don't know, hopefully it hasn't ruined his perspective on seals, because they're generally friendly creatures.
Yeah, I'm so scared now for seals.
A rat in the skater bowl? No, that's not in the manual.
It's a pretty big scene up here. There's people everywhere, so we're going to come up, and if it's not too vicious, we'll try and catch it, throw on a pair of gloves, and do our dirty work.
I can't believe the cops are here dealing with it.
Yeah, it's a bit different, saving a rat than a human. It's most probably going to be harder. When I get to the skate bowl, the coppers are doing nothing. So I was kind of like, it's a rat. Like, I'll do it. Like, who cares?
Drop in, Jess.
Why did I drop into the bowl with no shoes on? That's just plain old Jesse just doing things before he thinks.
I wasn't going to touch it. I was going near it.
I just held the bucket behind it and it just slid straight in. Job done. How easy was that? As soon as I looked at it, it was just eye contact and it's just like, bang, let's go. And I was kind of like, whoa. I didn't think rats were vicious.
Oh, my God!
That was so funny.
What's the dance, man? I'll go myself.
Definitely, I knew it wasn't my jacket. As if I'd use my jacket to put on a rat.
Fully jumped on my face.
So funny. You had it in a bucket and it jumped and you hit it again. It was like...
It's not even my jacket, I just put it on, so...
It's probably mine. No name. Oh, hang on. Chris Chapman.
It's Chapman. The Lifeguards Operations Manual is a very important book, but I definitely don't think there's anything about catching rats out of a bowl at the skate park. Rat rescue. I need to wash your jacket, chapped.
Not happy, Jan? No, not happy. Hate rats.
3 stingrays have invaded the pool at high tide. It's the lifeguard's job to evict them. But the barbs in their tails can inflict serious injury.
Put it in.
Pop it in there. Pop it in there.
Bacon collars the smallest one. 2 more to go. Some high technology and plain bravado snare the rest. The nippers are just happy that no one was nipped.
They're fast. They're pretty fast and they're elusive.
Yeah, I was just watching Bacon. I don't really wrestle stingrays that often, so I just saw
Funnily enough, I saw when I was down the coast, some Aboriginal guys, they just stick their fingers straight in their mouth. That's what I was trying to do. They didn't have very big mouths, these ones. I couldn't really get my fat fingers in there.
The suspected shark needs to be removed. Dead or alive. Quiggers and Bacon draw the short straw.
What is it?
It's a grey nurse shark. Tragically, a protected species. Generally considered harmless, their teeth are still razor sharp.
I wouldn't be doing that. You know, the water's so murky, like, who knows what's underneath? Obviously, the smell attracts other sharks.
Gases in the shark's decomposing body make it float to the surface. As Bacon clowns around, the shark launches a surprise attack.
Bacon's just, I think, just silly. I don't think he realises he was trying to kiss it. Not smart. That karma stuff can come back and bite you.
Shark face to face with the shark, and he breathed on me, and never felt more crook. It was disgusting. It was the most disgusting hideous smell you ever smelled in your life.
2 days later, anxious swimmers report an unwelcome visitor.
Yeah, she's biting. She's saying something. I don't know, she looks pretty adamant.
The shark that was in the net has drifted to shore.
There's a shark in the rip.
North of the middle set of flags. You can't leave the thing there. People are going to freak when they see it. Like, you can't leave it there.
Keen to impress, trainee Maxi volunteers for the job.
You jump down, I'll sit up and wait for you. This is a good utensil, grab it. Yeah. We'll see how we go. But I'm excited, that's all. I'm excited, something different.
Maxi eventually discovers the lurking troublemaker.
It's got to come out of the water. It's dead. It's, you know, we don't want to attract more sharks and we don't want to scare people. So we'll get it out of the water as the first step.
Not experienced in the art of shark rescues, Maxi and Troy attempt a technique normally reserved for unconscious swimmers.
With an unconscious person, you roll the board over and flip their arm and use the board to pull their momentum to pull them back onto the board. But I don't think that'll work with a dead shark. They seem to be trying though. They got it on. He had a big rope as he was getting ready to go in the water and he was doing some fancy knots with it. I said, mate, just go in and pull the bloody thing out.
Troy and Maxi resort to a two-man drag technique.
Mate, not every day at Bondi we pull a shark out of the water.
Now, swimmers are suddenly very brave.
Yesterday I kind of watched Jaws, so that didn't help that.
The only thing under attack right now are beachgoers' nostrils.
Yeah, Dean, take it up the beach, get the boys on the shovels, and that's it, mate, I reckon. Give it a burial.
Grave digging isn't in the lifeguard manual.
Trying to put that shark in a plastic bag and take it up to a bin would be a horrible, horrible thing to do. Say a couple of words, Maxi.
I don't know, I'm not really good with words, mate, but...
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, mate. He's had a good life, by the sounds of it. Let's just call him Frank. See you, Frank, mate. Nice knowing you.